Hey, everybody, it's Fatdaddy. We back at you again. We have a brand new update just released from HumanitZ. Update 918, Armored Frontier. I have no idea what it's about, so let's dig into it. Let me fix this right quick. Yes, you guys can see everything here. So, all right, we are back with another update. This time, HumanitZ is seeing the addition of car modifications and upgrades. But those of you who have been following us for a while know that we never go small on our updates. We've added new POIs, evolved map locations, and lots of fixes and changes to improve the experience for everybody. All right, so let's kind of go through it. The server information is kind of, I've only just glanced at this. So we're just going to go right down into the updates here. All right, new additions. New vehicle armor system added. 3 levels of armor that can be crafted and attached to your vehicles. Well, that is just awesome. I did not see that coming. New vehicle crafting bench. Oh, cool. Now I got to make room for it. New tire system. Over time, tires can become worn and become damaged. And where they need to be replaced, driving without tires may affect your driving skills. Duh. New vehicle mods, fuel filter, gas tank, exhaust silencer, and a car alarm. Okay. New P90 submachine gun. Cool. Always been a favorite fan of the P90. Let's see. P90 submachine gun. New P90 FN 5.7 ammo. I didn't know we had a FN 5.7 in the game yet. So maybe, I'm not sure. FN 5.7 should be different than P90 that I know of. But anyway, new SVAL weapons. Not sure what that means. New M4A1. Oh, that's my favorite weapon when I play War Z. Maybe they got the sound as good in this game as they did in that one. Because I love the sound. It had a real deep, booming sound to it. New melee weapon, a tire iron. New POI mining site. Shipping dockyard. Ooh, cool. Revamped airport. Awesome. I haven't been to the airport in a while. New ship that you can enter. Ooh, cool. Says we can enter it. I don't think we'll be able to drive it yet. Maybe that's coming. A new hidden bunker added. As a matter of fact, there's one that I have not been able to find how others have gotten to it, because every time I go there, the door's blocked by boards and there's no access. And I'm not sure how to remove the boards on that yet. All right, bandit lock containers with high-tier loot requiring crowbar, lockpick, or hacking device to open. A hacking device? That's got to be new. A new backpack attachment, 10 charms, 3 toys, and the coffee mug. A new skill added, hacker skills for allowing players to utilize hacking devices on advanced locks. New hacking devices can now be crafted to allow access to advanced locks. Cool, so even if you have an advanced locks, you can hack the sucker. New craftable items added for crafting hacking devices. New setting for players' names above the heads for party and clan members. QOL changes. Changes made to the vehicle claim system, which I seem to be, maybe that's on public servers instead of private servers, because I have not yet had to claim a vehicle. Unclaimed vehicles are now destroyed on restart, and new vehicles are respawned. Okay, well, that makes sense. Server admins can now see the name of the player in addition to the stream IDs when accessing storage or vehicles. Added reset button for server settings so that you can go back to the default value. Let me read that again. All right. Added reset button on the server so you can go back to a default value. Okay. Adjust daylight values based on player feedback. Don't forget about torches, and your flashlight. Made adjustments to lighting to improve weather performance issues. Increased pickup speed animation. Can fully rotate the camera while driving. Okay. Increase health of the APC. Increase repair value APC. Sat nav move to vehicle mods. Increase pickup radius so more pixel effects picking up. Chopping, sawing, and chainsawing logs now drop wood in stacks. Okay. Wood can now go into pockets. Really? I'm not sure why we need that, but unless you just don't have a backpack yet, you just starting out. Scrap cars can now drop sheet metal in stacks. Okay, so instead of individual, they drop in stacks. I get that. Also, chance of dropping tires. Crowbar animation synced with the audio. Can now add resources without the build menu and still see build menus for those used to it. Dismantling storage containers with items in them. Now drop the items aside. That's good. I wonder if they're going to do that with the saddles too. Because if you remove a saddle from a horse, anything that was in it that you forget to take out is gone. Destroying players' containers with items in them will not drop items. Must be hacked to pick up. Okay. Sharp tool item is now added in the hand to harvest meat from animals. Okay, so I guess before you just have to have it on you. Now it's got to be in your hand. Sharp tools used for harvesting animals now takes durability loss. Okay, that makes sense. Spaceware items now take durability loss. Player-built assets on multi-story buildings or rooftops can no longer be seen when on the ground floor. Okay, I'm wondering if they fix the issue when you're building and you already have a roof and you're adding items inside your building there, that you only get a real small little window to see where you're putting everything. It's typically just one roof panel, and if you're using half wood panels anywhere, that winds up being a problem. I've been rebuilding my base since I lost it, and that has been an issue. From now on, I was gonna just start getting everything down and then placing the roof afterwards. More items stacking capabilities, MREs, regular and advanced locks, etc. Okay. Most scrap cars will respawn. No. Scrap cars on the road. Okay, great. Scrap cars on the road will not respawn. Awesome. That's one reason I was taking them down to get them out of my way so I can get to places faster. Auto shop or junkyards will respawn. Okay, but in the auto shops and junkyards will respawn. Okay. Survivors will no longer take damage from Zeeks when inside a vehicle. Yeah, I've been noticing I've been taking a little bit of damage, not a lot, but some. Door open close prompt now moves with the door instead of staying in the doorway. I wonder if they made that so it's easier to, opening the door is never a problem. Trying to get that to highlight and close so you can close the door has been a major problem. AWM converted to 7.62 ammo instead of 50 cal. 7.62, I thought it was 308. I could have swore I was using 308. 7.62 is blanket. We are aware that the AWM uses different size than standard NATO. Okay, SCAR L has been changed to SCAR H and now takes 7.62 ammo. A SCAR takes 7.62? Really? All right. Fire arrows icons changed. Yeah, I haven't made those yet. We want to do that. Fire arrows can also no longer go into pockets. Compound bow icon updated. Menu UI for items in larger backpacks are no longer cut off at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Reduce the amount of resources required to craft animal and fish traps. Removed rocks along the route Tommy takes for his quest as he stops to getting stuck. Okay. Just one of those quests. Zeke collision improved for further reduced chances of vehicle flipping. Good. I've had issues with that myself, but Zeeks can no longer damage you inside the vehicles. We've seen that already. Zeeks can damage you while sleeping, but not in sleeping bags or tents. Improved server performance. That's always good. Updated reported translation issues. Updated tutorial based off players' feedback. Lighter was on the ground the whole time. Okay. Demo will be updated to current build version later today. Bug fixes. Here we go. Horde mode scenario completion. Unfortunate Son achievement now works properly. All Zeke backpacks will now disappear over time and during the server restart. Cool. Fingers and ankles now show appropriate body color when wearing fingerless gloves or sneakers. Trainers with short pants. Okay. Game no longer crashes when placing a Zeke drop backpack on a light pole. You can place them on light poles? Oh, I didn't know that was the thing. Learn something new every day. Lock picking another player's vehicle now shows appropriate animation. Camera issues when jumping out of the window of the gun store rectified. I just break down the door and just go in that way. Hair no longer disappears when equipping night vision. Hair no longer clips through the new cowboy hat. And they got a lot of this here. Airdrops no longer float in the air. Oh, that's good because I've got a pic of one of those already. Mushrooms and stones now replicating properly on the server. No more can't pick up. I wonder if they're still gonna I've been noticing a lot of the stones, if they respawn, they will respawn on top of another, and then you just wind up picking up, like 5 or 6 stones in one location. I wonder if they fix that. Empty cans now stacking properly. Excellent. Berry bushes replication fixed to allow harvesting. Berry bush animation stutter rectified. Mushrooms and berries now spawn in their appropriate seasons upon starting of the game. Makes sense. Fish traps will no longer remove contents upon server reset. Crafting food no longer accounts for quick slot items when crafting, allowing duplication. Creating a clan now works with a controller. Pin code inputs now work with controller. Okay, this is all controller stuff. I'm not really into controllers on PC-based games. Can now swap ammo while on the horse. Oh, cool. Reported fences you were unable to climb over can now be climbed over. Okay. Bunker ceiling raised so you won't get stuck in the beds. Logging out inside a building no longer disrupts camera position when logging back in. I've been noticing I've been getting, my character's been getting stuck. Like if you go into a cabinet and you go to exit out, he still sits there in the cabinet. You have to exit out. Or even a car, sometimes it does that. In the trunk of a car, you'd have to exit out and come back in. And sometimes you get stuck. If a zombie comes and eats you before you can exit, you're gone. New base gates can now be shot through when shooting from the catwalk. Okay. That's why I haven't used those other catwalks. I built my own, kind of. It's very hard, but it's doable. New base gates, barbed wire upgrades now build in the appropriate places. Bottom of the gate instead of the top. Okay. Mining node resources will no longer spawn under the terrain when mined. I've been noticing one thing too with when you're mining trees and you cut a tree down, that a lot of times the logs get buried in the ground. You can't find them unless you get very lucky. Light poles and electric fences will no longer look unpowered when returning to rendered distance. Uzi crafting at the gun bench now allows the gun crafting in the game achievement to complete. Text UI now says disassemble to pick up instead of assemble. Okay, just little things. Compost bins no longer allowing water bottles duplications or UI uses with bottles. So I wonder if that means that you have to put a fresh bottle in every time. Before you just put one bottle in, it just kept, it's just stayed there empty, but it still worked. So that's probably no longer. We'll find that out. Siphoning fuel now gives you the appropriate values. Okay, I'm just wondering, because I noticed that when I was doing the APC, I took that vehicle down to empty. I filled it completely up, and it took over 17 cans of fuel to fill it up. When you take the fuel back out, I only got like 7. So I lost over half of the fuel by siphoning it back out of the tank. So I wonder if they fix that. A flamethrower now displays correctly in the gun rack. I had an issue with the gun rack. I had 4 RPGs put up in the gun rack, and I put one in, and I put the 4th one in, and the next day I come back, all 4 RPGs were just gone, and they just vanished. Flamethrower now damages vehicles, structures, and explosive barrels. Fixed grass collision issues with various locations. Death crates now accessible when dying in doorways. Death crates now accessible when dying in doorways. I'm not sure what that means. If anybody knows, please claim MP and fee claim system. Okay. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Logs can now be chopped into wood without having to be picked up first. I never had a problem with that. Lighting fires no longer consumes multiple items. Okay, let's see. CV Dub. Okay, if you died in the doorway and tried to access the death crate, it would just open and close the door. Okay. I'm not sure what a death crate is. I don't think I've seen one yet. I've got almost 400 hours in the game so far. All right. Fix multiple build menus and UI issues. More than one player built ceiling tiles now disappears when in build mode. Electric fences now damage players in PvP. That makes sense. It should. Barbed wire on walls, fences now apply damage to enemies, players. Glass jars are now consumed when used in crafting. I always thought they were, because I put them in light poles. I guess they go up. Multiple fixes for player item dumping. Infinite fiber bush fixed. Okay, yep, I actually seen one of those. TP horse, transport the horse command, abuse fixed. Cooldown on usage implemented. Well, I only TP the horse when I have to. So usually I just call it or I run to it. Fixed horse dumping saddle issue. Saddles no longer go into pockets. Okay. Horse UI button prompts now reflect appropriately when using MNK or controller. A little bit. Let's see. Horse whistle now works appropriately. I know she had to be kind of close, so. Horse now regains stamina when in trotting state. Good. NVGs can now be toggled appropriately on a horse. Dog vest can now be repaired. Oh, cool. But gas mask no longer visually on characters when not worn. Okay. Sleeping and accessing settings no longer remove HUD. Survivor SUVs and locked containers no longer refuse to open the inventory. Hoodies, jumpers are no longer remove themselves when toggled hood up and down. I didn't know we could toggle the hood up and down. See, I'm learning all kinds of new things here too. So, of course, I've been primarily on the building aspect. Cool. Demo saves no longer tied to main game, which was causing multiple issues. Fixed an issue where save files were populating the load game menu. My eyes are getting tired. I'm old, remember, guys. Okay, MMB will put the hood up on them if you're not wearing anything on your head. I've never seen it do it before. Cool, thank you. Let's see here. No more infinite rock spawning. Oh, cool. You already answered that for me then. I don't think it was infinite when I was seeing it. I think it was just the respawns were just stacking, because I would get like 4, maybe 5 stones out of one area if I haven't cleared them in a while. Fish and animal traps working appropriately. I was noticing I used a fish trap, and I've only caught 1 fish. I wonder if those fish traps, if that counts to your angler. I don't think it would. I think you have to use a pole, but we'll find out. Maybe the devs can let us know on that. Only put in enough bait in as there are free slots to acquire meat, fish, etc. Full containers now allow stacking of stackable items. Let's see here. Rocket launcher and grenade launcher ammo no longer disappears when picked up. I've had that issue, and I also lost a flamethrower magazine a couple of days ago. I picked it up, put it in my pack, and I was in a heavily populated area of Zeke's, and I went back to it 2 minutes later, and it was gone. I have no idea where it went. Maybe I accidentally dropped it on the ground. Who knows? Camper van no longer deletes your items when cooking them. Okay, camper van no longer deletes your food when logging in and out. Camper van no longer deletes the food when you left in the cooker and driving around. Gas tank props detection for vehicles slightly increased. I'm getting tired of reading. That's a lot of stuff, guys. Generator now accounts for capacity of fuel cans. No more 16% giving full generator of fuel. Fix multiple night vision exploit issues. Right, control left now works for moving stacks into the drop backpacks. Control left click now works moving items between backpacks that are full, allowing stacking. No longer freezes your screen when transferring bullet casings to your inventory. Most of these I have not had issues yet. Seed packets, when opened in containers, now give you more than 1 seed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Sleeping bags no longer cause the player to get stuck. I've used the sleeping bags a couple of times, but I have not had that issue. Sleeping bags no longer cause the UI to become frozen. Fixed collision issues on roofs of reported buildings. Fixed Bobby's quest issues. I haven't done a lot of the quests yet. I've done a few. Fixed Roman to take items when turning his quest. These are all quest items I'm not really familiar with too much. I'm going to start doing those as soon as I get my base rebuilt. I'm getting close. Window in tutorial no longer destructible, allowing access outside the tutorial zone. Italian translation seizure warning fixed. minor typos fixed in multiple areas, fix multiple trains. All right, known issue, map resetting during a crash. Haven't had that. Steam cloud pulling settings when switching between Steam Deck and PC. Cursor getting stuck behind players is in fixed mode. Scenario mode furniture respawns when saving, exiting, and re-entering the session. DLC is still causing problems with the pathing for his quest. Okay, Doc is still problems with his pathing for his quest. Various carjack issues. Yeah, carjacks. Question: has anybody else had the issue of carjacks that when you use it, you set the car down and you look at the tires and you see the chassis drop, signifying the tires are on the ground? Okay, my problem is that you cannot access the van no more. You have to exit out and come back in to access that van. Snow showing inside structures of multiple story building, story layers, built bases. Coming soon. WIP. Skills and professional overhaul. The hidden island map extension. More map changes and beautification. I'd like to see an additional map at one point, so you can switch between maps. A PvP overhaul, additional scenarios, more weapons and clothing, quest changes and additions, Steam Deck optimization, console release, mod support. And from the devs, thanks for all the support and feedback leading up to this update. We push forward towards 1.0, and we think that we thank you all for helping build this great community. You guys are very welcome. I found this game to be extremely entertaining to play. Like I said, I played Infestation War Z for 15 years before they didn't want me there no more. So, all right. That being that, let me close this out right quick, guys. Don't need that there no more. And exit that. Let me go ahead and get to the game. Let's get it loaded here. Actually, I just told my son yesterday I couldn't wait for the next update to come in. And we'll go see what we can find with these changes. I'm looking forward to the car. There she pops in. Took you a while. Play offline today. If someone cares to join, we can just log out and go back in. That was very interesting. CB Dub, HumanitZ, I do appreciate your input there. Good to see a dev come in and help us out with a few questions. Thank you very much, guys. Have to try that with a hoodie. I usually don't wear the hoodies too much. Oh no. Oh no. The car spawned back into inside my building. Oh no. Oh, this is hilarious. All right. Let me, I need to get my replay buffer started up here. Oh no, all the cars respawn back in. Not all of them, just some. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I know there's a lot here, more here than 4. Let's take a look around, see if we have any other changes. It's today's time anyway. Okay, so we got a little ways. We got our plots in. We haven't started growing nothing. We just got those in 2 days ago. Uh-oh, where's my dog? He's on the thing, but he's here. Let me see if I can TP him back in. Yeah. Oh, there he is, stuck in the ground. I'll fix you. There you go, buddy. Usually that does the trick. There you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put you off to the side for a little bit and go back lay down where you need to be. Thank you, Mia. Okay. That seems the only place that the cars spawn back in. Because it seemed like there was one over here somewhere. But that's okay. Hope, I don't think using the sledgehammer on it is gonna do much, but we'll find out here. Yeah, so we got one that spawned in out here too, so I wonder if that's gonna keep being a problem. No, it wasn't the box truck that was doing that, it was my van. I'd have to log out and log back in if I used the jack on it. Because you pick it up, say you flip it, you pick it up, you turn it around, you set it back down, and you can watch the chassis drop, an inch or two, and then you exit out from the jack, and you can access the back of the trunk, but you can't access the driver's seat unless you exit out and come back in, which is not that big of an issue as long as you know that's what you got to do. Let's see, I'm just making sure all my stuff's still here in the storage. Oh, ooh, I had... No, I didn't have nothing here. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just double checking. All right, everything looks here. Let's go check the critical stuff like the guns. So I guess the first thing I'm gonna have to do today is clear those cars out. All right, everything seems to be there. I got an AK, I've got AK ammo on me. Just trying to see it. I took yesterday off for a change. So. All right, let's see, do I have fuel in the generator since it's nighttime? That one's got fuel. Okay, how's my batteries looking? Okay, they need to charge for a little bit. Go grab us one of our sledgehammers. And let's clear these cars back out. I move it over here. Oh, I moved it in the shed. That's what I did. Yeah, that's where it belongs. Okay. Well, since they reset everything, I got to clear these junk cars out of my damn living quarters. So let's get that started. Let's get that done out of the way first. You're already out of stamina? Okay. Not too big of a deal. Missed. How did I miss? Well, now it looks like everything's taking damage. Hope not too much. Just two more. It's all right, we needed the resources anyway, didn't we? Gotta be positive. Could have turned my generator on here too, huh? There we go. Let's go ahead and turn the generator on. Stuck behind a trash can or something there. And you need fuel. Okay, we got some oil going. And there we go. Let's go take care of this last car. And I went and put away the sledgehammer. Seems like it's taking more wax with the sledge. Oh, I like that to where it stacks everything now when you disassemble the vehicles. It helps. So you're not sitting there, you know, picking up like 4 pieces of sheet metal and stuff. Nope. Oh, that's coming over here. I keep forgetting I moved all that stuff over to the shed. I'm checking my bear skin. Oh yeah, that's much better. Doesn't take you all day to pick everything up. Awesome upgrade there, guys. Awesome upgrade. All right, well, that didn't take too long to fix. Like I said, we needed the resources, didn't we? I'm getting a little low there. So go ahead and empty our loot crates. Can I put the nails over here now? Nope. Did I? What did it do with them? Ooh, got a tire. All right. Oh, drop carried item. Can't put that in your pack. You got to carry it. You can put it in your pack. How much those tires weigh? Ooh, 9. Yeah, they're heavy. Start collecting tires now, aren't we? Well, we were wondering what we're going to do with this container over here. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Yep. All right, that's our new tire container. Works for me. Don't need many fan belts anymore. don't think I'm gonna need that many generators, but all right. We just got these few shipping containers we got to check. Okay, now I think the next thing we got to do is check out the vehicle repair tool or bench. So we got just that. And you come over here. Why didn't you guys stack? Yeah, you stack. Why didn't you stack? Where are we at here? Yep. Fireworks we got to put over here. Got to get that explosive shed built. You guys don't want to auto stack anymore, huh? Well, I checked. I just want to make sure. And we got wooden hammers. What you doing over there? Only need one hammer on me. And it should go in here. All right. New bench to install. I guess it's going to go right over here. And let's see. Need to hammer back in my hands, don't I? Ooh, there it is, nice and pretty too. What we need, see, we need wood, scrap metal, sheet metal, nails. Nothing new. 5, 2, 2, and 10. All right, for some reason, this stuff isn't auto-stacking no more. Fiddlesticks, come on. Come on. See. No, it is not. We'll figure it out. All right. Let's see. All right, we got those. We need 2 of those sheet metal. Or not sheet metal, but scrap metal. 2 right there. Need a few nails. And I think it was like 6 wood, something like that. We'll take 10, just in case. Just a second, guys. Okay, we got the new bench that they just added to the system. All right, let's see. Wow. All right, so different levels. Wonder what you got to do to achieve each level. All right, so we got front, rear, left side, right side. I like to take maybe a Jeep and deck it out like with this stuff, or the Camaro. So I guess you got to start with level 1 and work your way up through the different levels. What does it take for this? Okay. Well, you got to drag and drop it. Doesn't show you the resources to begin with. Do I get my resources back? No, I do not. So I just wasted 10 tape. Wish there was a way to cancel that. Wheeled spikes, okay. Wooden rear, okay, so this is all wooden protection. But it's still there. Nope. Good, I gave it back. Okay, good. All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. It's fun trying to figure this stuff out for the first time. Okay, so we got that. I think we'll definitely have to do our van first. It'd just be a priority since that's our biggest work vehicle we use. Hungry, thirsty, got to get the garden going. You start collecting spoiled food. Let's check our reefers. That's what we got to do. 40%, no spoilage. It's almost daylight. Gonna move that tire from here. It won't automatically shift over. You gotta drag and drop it in there. All right, let's check our van out, see what we got here. Okay, gives me a tires. Ooh. Ooh, so you get modifications on your... Sat nav. See how that works out. All right, guys, I'll be back with you in just a moment. Hey everybody, I made it back to you. Unfortunately, I got some thunderstorms running through, so I had to go check my radar. And I'm going to go ahead and call this stream for a day. We'll come back and try to restream the next day or two once I figure out what's going on with all these new updates and everything, and we can do a little better job at it for you, okay? So being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you, devs, for coming in and clearing some things up for us. And the rest of you, that watched, also thank you very much.